My love. What are you doing? Are you their son?
Stop making a fool of yourself.
Are you their daughter? If you found that your loved one was actually the son or daughter of your enemy that you hate to death, what would you do? Oh my gosh. Are we never gonna see each other again? That's all about Romeo and Juliet. This movie will last for about 15 minutes.
Their bond was complete.
Revenge for my lost friend, I vow.
Now Juliet was locked in Romeo's arms. Never.
Are you sure this is so?
Hi, everyone. Why do you think so many people love this story Romeo and Juliet written by William Shakespeare? First, he is not just any novelist. He was an entertainer who wrote a lot of scripts that attracted so many people in England in those days. Lastly, the universality of the background. This is a tragic love story about a couple involved in hostilities between two families and the conflict between Guelphs and Ghibellines. Now, let's get started. In Verona, violent brawls had become routine. Two noble families were locked in this fight. One was called Capulet, the other Montague. Hatred burned in their souls, they could never unite. And neither household would change its view. One day, the Capulets was going to hold a costume party. Romeo decided to join the party with his cousin Benvolio and his friend Mercutio. He wanted to attend the party because the truth is, he had a crush on a woman called Rosaline. They participated in the party where they can disguise themselves. Romeo wasn't able to see Rosaline, but he found a beautiful lady standing across the room. He fell in love with her at first sight. His eyes locked with hers. Her eyes grew bright and she felt a total bliss. But the rapture they felt was fleeting. Romeo was amazed to know that Juliet was the daughter of the Capulets.
Oh, dear account. My life is my foe's debt. The girl I love is a Capulet.
To make matters worse, Tybalt perceived that Romeo was at the party. He was enraged.
This man I defy. Now by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
But across the room, Lord Capulet strode. He observed Tybalt's anger ready to explode.
Calm yourself. You'll not spoil this party. Leave him alone. This is a Montague, our foe. 'Tis he, that villain, Romeo. Am I the master here, or you? Stop this insolent behavior. It will not do. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall lead to pain.
After Romeo went back home, Juliet was surprised to hear that he was a Montague. She couldn't believe that it was true. My only love sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown and known too late. Shrouded in darkness, Romeo was looking around near the Capulet house.
What light through yonder window breaks?
His beloved Juliet was not asleep. She stepped onto the balcony, into the night. Romeo was entranced by this shining sight. As he watched from his hiding place, to the stars above, Juliet stated her case. Oh! Romeo, Romeo! Where are you, Romeo? 'Tis but thy name that is my enemy. Without the word, Montague, we would be free. If that cannot be, my name I'll forget, and I'll no longer be a Capulet. Romeo, doff thy name which is no part of thee, and for thy name take all of me.
My name I disown.
Who are you veiled in the shadowy night, attending my secrets, out of sight? When she saw it was Romeo she felt dismayed. Oh! Gentle Montague! You must leave right away. If any of my kinsmen find thee here, they will murder thee, that is clear.
I'm not afraid. My love for you will never fade. Juliet, please, you must give me a sign. The exchange of the love's faithful vow for mine.
My bounty is as boundless as the sea. My love as deep. The more I give to thee the more I have, for both are infinite. Her heart could no longer be denied. Send me word tomorrow. Tell me where and when we could be wed. I believe your intentions to me are true. Do not deceive me, sweet Montague. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night, till it be morrow. The next day, in a monastery, Romeo expressed his feelings to the Friar Lawrence. As the passionate story slowly unfolded, the friar said,
Perhaps your marriage will be the key, and to end the feuding, I will agree.
And with the secret marriage, their bond was complete. Now back in the square, Romeo's friends were worried.
There are too many Capulets roaming about. Let's get away. We should leave this street, I have no doubt.
But Mercutio was begging for a fight when hot-headed Tybalt came into sight.
A word with my foe.
Make it a word and a blow.
Then Romeo entered the square.
Here comes my man.
I hold dear to my heart the name Capulet. Romeo, a coward? Tybalt, you rat catcher, will you walk?
What do you want of me?
Gentlemen, for shame. Put an end to this fight. Stop. Mercutio. This is not what I did intend. Revenge for my lost friend I vow, and fire-eyed fury be my conduct now. He's dead. The prince will doom thee death.
As Romeo hastily fled the square, the prince arrived to inspect the affair. After considering the situation, the prince commanded,
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. Never again shall we see Romeo's face, for he will die if he returns to this place.
Juliet heard the news that Romeo killed Tybalt and he exiled. Romeo was not born to shame. My husband should not take the blame.
He's at Lawrence's cell. I'll tell him to come for his last farewell.
The nurse said. Juliet smiled. Give him my ring. This evening will my true love bring. In the friar's room, the nurse said to Romeo,
The words with you, Romeo, I demand. For Juliet's sake, for her sake, rise and stand.
How is it with her? Did she think I'm a murderer?
He drew his sword, overcome by woe.
I'll deal myself a mortal blow. Hold thy desperate hand, I am amazed by your frantic stand. Go to your wife. Let nothing hold you back. Conquer and go to Verona, but leave early in the morning. Disguise yourself and stay out of sight. In Mantua, you will abide alone, till we can make your marriage known. Both of your families, I'll try to convince. And I will beg pardon of the prince.
Back at Juliet's, her father was distressed.
I hate to see my daughter so depressed. I know she loved Tybalt with all her soul. But her crying is completely out of control.
He spoke with Count Paris.
To your suit I agree. I believe Juliet will be guided by me. We'll cheer her up. I know just what to do. In a few days, she'll be married to you.
Paris was joyful.
It will end her sorrow.
Now Juliet was locked in Romeo's arms, in a blessed night of enchanted charms. The unwanted dawn came much too soon. The lark seemed to trill a displeasing tune. It is not yet near day. Believe me, love, it was the nightingale.
It was a lark, the herald of the morn. Though this day's dawning we wish to deny, I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
The nurse appeared.
Your mother's coming out. The day is broke. Be wary. Look about.
In a final moment of wedded bliss, the lovers embraced for one last kiss. Then Romeo descended to the ground, and disappeared without a sound. Reluctantly, Juliet turned away. Her mother appeared.
How are you today? Evermore weeping for Tybalt's death? I've happy news. The noble Count Paris shall make thee a joyful bride on Thursday.
Never. I will not marry yet. Then into the room strode Lord Capulet.
Good wife, have you told our daughter the plan?
I have, my lord. She refuses the man.
Capulet glared at his daughter.
You will obey. My word to Paris I won't betray. To St. Peter's Church. Find your course. Or I will drag you there by force.
I beg you on my knees. Hear me with patience, if you please.
Speak out. For I do not jest. Till you marry the Count, I will not rest. Or hang, beg, starve, die in the street.
And with that her father made a hasty retreat. Oh, sweet my mother, cast me not away. This marriage you must try to delay.
Talk not to me. Do as thou wilt, for I have done with thee.
I must think of a tactic. Good nurse, hast thou not a word of joy?
The Count is a fine catch. I know you'll be happy in this second match.
Speak from the heart?
And from my soul too.
Even her servant had proved untrue. Juliet thought of the friar. He'll know what to do. Juliet sobbed in the friar's room. Good friar, come weep with me. Past hope, past cure, past help you see. If you can't give me remedy, I'll end my life. Behold, I'll do it with this knife.
Wait, my child, there's a glimmer of hope. I have a plan, but it's desperate in scope. Before you decide or give your consent, listen and I will describe each event. Go home, be merry, in your parents confide. Tell them you will be Count Paris's bride. Then tomorrow night when no one is there, drink from this vial a potion most rare. Your brood will soon chill and you will feel weak, your eyelids will droop, and you shall not speak. The roses in your lips and cheeks shall fade. No warmth, no breath, no pulse will be shown. This likeness of death from the potion's powers shall continue to work for many hours. When your parents find you in your bed, they will believe that you are dead. In Capulet's tomb your body will be laid. I'll send word to Romeo about the charade. Then out of this death-like slumber deep, you will awaken as from a sweet sleep. Your Romeo and I will both be there, and he'll take you to Mantua in his care.
Juliet's face grew flushed. I will do the deed. Love will give me the strength to succeed. Juliet rushed home with hopeful belief. Her father greeted the change with relief.
I'm glad my wishes you've decided to heed. Send for the Count. This is great news indeed. Begin her adorning. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
Then to her bedroom, Juliet quickly withdrew to advance the friar's plan. Step 2. Gentle nurse, I pray thee leave me to myself tonight, she advised in a manner polite. But now her courage began to wane. Horror and panic filled her brain. Juliet's flesh began to crawl. What if this mixture does not work at all? Then in the morning, I'll be forced to wed. She laid a dagger beside the bed. This shall forbid it. It will stay by my side. She picked up the potion. What if the monk lied? Suppose this is poison and friar's a fake? Oh, could this all be a dreadful mistake? And what if Romeo is late at the tomb? I'd be left alone in that foul room. Oh, Romeo! Romeo, you hold the key. She lifted the veil. I drink to thee. The next morning, the nurse turned pale.
Help, help, my lady's dead.
Juliet's mother rushed into the room when she heard the outcry.
Oh me, my child, my only life.
What's the matter, wife?
Alack! Your daughter, behold.
When he touched Juliet's body, she was cold. By the Friar Lawrence's friend, Friar John, the message had been sent, explaining to Romeo each strange event. But John could not his orders fulfill for some reasons.
Unhappy fortune.
Lawrence cried in alarm.
Bring me a crowbar. I fear some harm. I will to the vault and enter the room. Poor living corpse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
In Mantua, Romeo knew none of this. Then Balthasar, his loyal servant, drew near and said,
Forgive me, my lord, I bring news of death. Juliet's body lies in Capulet's tomb. Are you sure this is so? I saw her, Romeo. I defy my fate.
He headed to the tomb. On the way, he bought a dram of poison. He decided to die with her. When Romeo saw Juliet lying at the tomb, he knelt by his beloved wife and cried,
Oh, my love, my wife, why art thou yet so fair? Death's pale color has not yet touched your face.
He held her close in a final embrace. Romeo found the poison and held it high.
Here's to my love. Thus with a kiss I die.
Then the old friar ran into the tomb. Juliet would soon awake in the room. But he knew in his heart that it was too late. He saw Romeo lying in a heap. Then Juliet stirred from her lengthy sleep. Oh, comfortable friar! Where is my lord? Where is my Romeo?
Come away. Our plans are stopped by a higher force. Your husband lies dead. I hear some noise, the watch is coming, I dare no longer stay.
Get thee hence, for I will not away. The friar left her in the tomb below, and she knelt one last time by her Romeo. What's here? A cup, closed in my true love's hand? Poison, my lord. This is not what we planned. She drank from the bottle but it was dry. One friendly drop to me you deny? I will kiss thy lips, some may remain there, thy lips are warm. I hear them coming. The watchmen advance. She seized Romeo's dagger. This is my last chance. Juliet stabbed herself, and life defied, then fell to the ground by Romeo's side. Both families arrived at this sad scene, but it was too late to intervene. Before the prince, they knelt in grief. Their children's lives had been much too brief. Prince Aeschylus stood solemn in the tomb. His voice of reason shattered the gloom.
See what a scourge is laid upon your hate. Your beloved one's gone in an act of fate. And I for winking at your discords too have lost a brace of kinsmen true.
Finally, the families saw they were wrong, and settled the feud after far too long. And Lord Capulet and Lord Montague grasped hands in peace that was much overdue.
Please subscribe to my channel. We're gonna show you world masterpieces in about 15 minutes with manga. Manga is Japanese-style comics that is easy for everyone to understand. We're sure that you can grasp the context shortly.
See you next time.